familiar places that this heart of mine embraces all day through.
Mark Rutkowski's paintings of South Miami Beach are familiar to many. They feature all the old familiar places of its heyday in the 30s and 40s, but in a new light of today's South Beach.
I'll see you in my dreams, hold you in my dreams.
I remember, I always enjoyed thinking about, while I was working on them, what it was like in '36 when they were built.
A copy of the geometric shapes, they have to be circles.
Well, the Beacon Hotel is a fine example of the facades of these Art Deco buildings. It makes reference to the movie marquees of the 30s.
Tropical Deco, as it's called, is a South Florida variation on the original Art Deco themes of Paris in the 1920s and later of Los Angeles in the 30s and 40s.
It was a man named Leonard Horowitz who started painting the outsides of these buildings in the middle 70s. A guy who I had run into when I had done my first shoot down here on the beach in 1983. I've never liked really just being the artist on location. I think it's a lot more effective for me and a lot more interesting really is using the camera to get some of these photographic effects. If there's a shine on the bumper, put the shine on the bumper. If the background is overexposed, paint that in. Well, the Century has one of those, what we call a finial. It's one of the centerpiece that stands out at the center of the facade. In this case, it's making reference to an insulator, maybe from Hoover Dam. This is about the same time that Hoover Dam was built.
The hotel area along Ocean Drive reached its height in the early 40s, but over the decades it slowly declined to near obscurity in the late 70s, when it was put on the National Register of Historic Places.
The Senator was one of the buildings that was surrounded by one of the largest protests that was put on by the Preservation League. It was torn down in 1988 across from the Marlin Hotel. Now there's a parking lot. What I got going right now is the Marlin Hotel in progress as we speak. The public appreciates an image that they can recognize, I think, and that often brings to mind a certain nostalgia for them. And then the appreciation of the detail is something that almost anyone can enjoy and appreciate.
I'll be seeing you in every lovely summer's day, in everything that's light and gay. I'll always think of you that way.
The Cake Building was probably the second painting I had done coming down here. And man, when I finished that one, it was just obvious, you know, okay, well, I'm just going to be painting these for a couple years because it came out so 300% better than what I was painting.
In that small cafe, the park across the way, the children's carousel, the chestnut trees, the wishing well.
The preservation area of South Beach is a neighborhood unlike any other in the world.
Mark's early morning strolls of Ocean Drive have inspired some of his best work. They capture the magic moments of sunlight's interplay with shadow and color.
The Waldorf Towers was designed in 1937 by Albert Anise. A friend of mine, a patron, a buyer of the painting, suggested that if I did any nighttime scenes of Ocean Drive, he'd be very interested. Since then, I've kind of started my way down Ocean Drive at night.
I'll always think of you that way. I'll find you in the when the night is new.
It's discovering what you find fascinating in the world and painting it in this style.
I'll be looking at the moon, but I'll be